All right. Hello, everyone. Today we're going to start off with something a little different. So, as you can see, there's a lot of oddities up here. On our server, we're going to take advantage of something that we have. It's a creative dimension that we can head to right over here. Why that's so important is that we're going to take advantage of some unique properties on this server. There's a plugin that allows dispensers to do a lot more than just what they do in vanilla Minecraft. One of the things that they can do is plant crops, including nether wart. And nether wart is something that is notoriously difficult to automate. You end up just sitting in a boat or on an ice stream or something like that and going around replanting harvest all at once. So what we're going to do is take advantage of those mechanics, the server mechanics, and I've got something going. So we're going to step through here, and I left it over here. All right, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to turn down the music just a tad before I go ahead and start explaining this contraption. All right, here we go. So, as I said, you can go ahead and use some of the server properties or some of the config on the server. There's a plugin that allows you to plant. Is there a wandering trader here? Allows you to plant nether wart using a dispenser. So let's show that off. Boom. There you go. There's also another weird mechanic here with this plugin. I think it's got a little glitchiness, but oh, whoops. We can plant nether wart on farmland. I think that when this updates, though, it realizes that there's a problem and it pops off. I can't think of anything useful to do with that, so that's fine. So the first attempt was basically I was going to have a big row of them, spitting them out, planting, and then we'd use like water to break these and then get sucked into there, and then we'd do something to trigger them to then go back up here, and it was getting more and more complicated, and I finally gave up on it because I thought, how are we going to get the excess out? That was the real problem. So I was like, oh, we could send some kind of pulse, or we could lock them, or do something. It was just getting really complicated. It was getting really expensive, and I figured this farm should be pretty darn cheap. So here's what I came up with, and there is one little issue. I've been thinking about how to solve it, but in essence, let me just show off how it works. You would have a little minecart over here, and as you can see, we've got nether wart there. It's not quite ready to harvest. It hasn't fully grown up, but that's okay, because when you break nether wart that isn't fully grown, it'll still drop off at least the one nether wart that it would normally have. So we're not going to lose anything. So if I press this button, you can see the water goes in there and it starts pushing it out. This cart's going to go ahead and fill up with nether wart from whatever it collected in the meantime, and I know this went really fast, so let me go ahead and I'll just show you. So if I throw the nether wart here, it goes up, goes over, and it sits on this slab until the cart comes back to collect it. So what the cart's supposed to do is what you see here, and they go all the way back, but something weird happens with these. Sometimes if you're watching it, it'll go ahead and like somehow activate like this one, even though it's on this track line. So there's something wrong with that, unfortunately. So we're gonna try and fix that. My two ideas are to either create a system where it doesn't need all of these. We can control it externally, like over here by activating something, or to extend that signal somehow from there, which I think is going to be the harder of the two. So we'll just have to figure that out. Now, I don't know if I have access to world edit in here. Put in... I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think we... I don't think we have access to that tool. Because what I would like to do is copy this over, but I guess we are not going to do that. Let me break this minecart. Oh, hello. How's it going? You're how do you say your name? Lib 400K. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Whoops. It's out of the way. We'll use that later. So yeah. I think what we're gonna have to do is either push this back or the other one. I think what I want to try to do is maybe lock these somehow first. Is that it'd certainly be an easier option. Let's see. We can do it manually to test our theory out, and we'll automate it. So initially, there's no problem initially with them going in. It seems to work just fine. And this is going to be directional, I'm guessing. So when we rebuild this in the another server, or in our actual server, we're going to have to finish that. Well, what we're doing is I'm trying to design an automated nether wart farm. So this server has a weird little quirk to it where it can actually plant nether wart using a dispenser. So rather than having to replant like you might have seen on some in some single player or multiplayer survival worlds, you have to go around and plant every single one again, and that's kind of the tedious part. So I'm basically working on this farm that should send all the nether wart over the edge there, up the water stream, and then it'll collect it all here, and there'll be a minecart. Problem is right now the minecart kind of gets stuck in a loop. So if I punch that out, if I let the minecart out, you see it goes down to the end of each one, and this can come back. So we'll let it go down, and when it gets to the end, it'll take in the excess and drop it all up in there, and you saw it all replant. So what should happen is this should come back and just keep going that way, like you saw it, but it keeps getting stuck either there or over there, and it shouldn't do that. It should just keep going along. So that's the problem. Yeah, it's pretty good except for that part. I think it has something to do with being on a server and like the timings or some weird little quirk like that. Actually, it's something I've had to redesign several farms, like ones that I might find online or have designed in my single player world, that don't quite work right because of this. So we're gonna try and figure something out. It's been a fun challenge. So what I think will happen is make sure this all redirects. So this one would send it all the way down there. Send it back like this, you'll see the directional bias when it's on. They all want to go to the right. And these are all going to power them. So it's going to be a little challenge. I might have to actually swap the sides this stuff's on, which means I have to rebuild something, and I don't want to do that. But I'm going to. Unless I can think of another way to get rid of these. Problem is we'd have to go down there, come back, and trigger it. So we could do that. We'd have to take a signal from somewhere in here, probably like the last after, otherwise we'd lock copper. So it's probably easier just to swap the directions on all this, which isn't too bad. We can do that. This out here. When it's off. Okay, I'm just gonna send a card along because it's starting to confuse me. So what I'm gonna have to do here. So this is still from there. I think then it goes over there. We would want to lock it, and this is where I think the problem is. See, when we lock it this way, it's stuck only going that direction, and we want like the opposite of this. So if only that one didn't do that. Another option is we could send all the rails down this way, and then have it return going a different direction. Ooh, I think that's probably the simplest option here. Take advantage of some of the same mechanics here. Okay. Yeah, and that line down there goes ahead and it's what's causing them to all replant. So I think, yeah, let's bust all this out. Probably didn't need to break that, the loading system, but that's okay. And we'll just return the parts over this way. Might have even wanted it one block back anyways. So I don't know what direction it's gonna go if we do that. Let's find out. As I said, this is probably gonna have to be a directional farm. So it's gonna, because of the rails, it'll have some direction bias. Okay, that's perfect. It did decide to go that way. So now they should all go in. It doesn't get stuck going the other direction, which is nice. And there we go. And this would stop it. I think if I had world edit, I'd try flipping the whole thing around and see if it worked, but that doesn't seem like what I want to do right now. So I'm not thinking. Even if it did allow us to get rid of this, it probably wouldn't be worth it. Well, that's kind of bizarre. I didn't notice it was gonna. We might want to get rid of that, but it seems like it doesn't matter or affect it, so we'll try to ignore it. So we need the cart to come out right to be sitting right under there. And I really wish I hadn't broken this now. But it is what it is. Down there. And that. Yeah, we're gonna have to build something. It doesn't look right. There we go. Okay, let's just test that cart return. Make sure it gets stuck. Cool. And if it was one of the other kind, one of the minecart hoppers. Yes. Okay, this actually, that's a simple enough solution. I'm perfectly happy with it. The idea is we'll have a ton of these growing. And I want to make it so that this only triggers when it has like probably two full stacks are enough to fill the whole farm. So it's probably easiest if we just take a signal out of here. Comparator, and I don't remember the signal strength off the top of my head, so let's just see how far. Oh, that's gonna go right there. Up it goes. We might need try something else. So we could use a trap door. Although it might flip open when the signal changes. How are we gonna power this thing? That's a good question. Let me see. Yeah, I could use the... I think that I get what you're saying. So the cactus could break the hopper minecart, send it back. I think that's a good idea. That's going to be a cool optimization in the next, in 119. I haven't quite added it yet, if I remember correctly. I think it's coming in 119, but when it does, that's going to be huge. I'm going to go through like all of my farms and see how I can take advantage of that, because I think that's going to be really cool to mess with. Really cool. So we basically need to keep this extended. Maybe what we're better off doing is holding it, going over to this side, and let's try sticking the torch right here, and then we put this up like this. And let's go back to having that unaffected slab. Oh, I have one in my inventory. There we go. So now we just need a minecart. Let's see. An observer. Yeah. But we need. I think the problem is we're gonna need to have this thing persistently be down, so it just waits until it fills up. I'm not sure what the best. We could use an observer, I guess, to spit out like a redstone block. We might do that. Let's see how much signal strength we need here. If we're going in here and we had one stack of nether wart, that would power this. And if we had, let's say, how much signal strength are we gonna get? It needs like 3 to make it work. So let's see if whoops. I think I wanted to have require more oops, there we go. I think it needs to have a longer, we could either put something, but My big concern is not having enough nether wart so that when it goes through the whole farm, it fills up. Because as you can see, this is like 4 modules. I didn't even put the last nether wart in this side. And I'm thinking probably do, I don't know, several more. So it's going to have a lot more. So we could always extend this out. We could also put in something into the side. I think a redstone block would be a little too much. If we put this in here, it would, the whole minecart would have to fill up before it could go off the track. So this is one way I thought about doing it, but here's the other. Yeah, I think the other way we could do this is instead of waiting until we had a certain amount, what I was trying to do over here was say, okay, it would go do this, the water flushing, and then when it got done flushing, it would send it, regardless of how much nether wart it has. That might also be a good way to do it. I think that the only problem I see with it is, like, watch it get caught up there. Okay, so it's stuck. So as soon as I press this button, it does that. I think what we really need is for once this decays, all these things would come back up, because otherwise it, well, let's watch it one more time. Let's watch it one more time. So all the water comes out. That minecart went the wrong direction this time. Did you see that? Why is it going the wrong direction now? Is it because those switched? Oh, okay. Well, we can fix that with this. That means I gotta power it, but it should be okay. All right. I'm feeling pretty good about this time. So what I'm expecting to happen is I'm gonna press the button. The water's all gonna flow down, and I have a, see, they can, this is one problem. They can spit anything out. I don't want to change this, like, oh, and make some changes to this dispenser plugin so that only certain dispensers can do it. But okay, so here it goes. The water went and flooded everything, and now they're all getting nether wart put into them. So this is okay. So it finishes, and then once it does that, it activates them all to spit out. So I guess it doesn't really matter. And the goal would be to harvest enough nether wart that that it can replant the whole farm. I think it's not stopping. So I've got 2 hoppers here, so that should collect whatever remains in here. So let's like fill this thing up. So what we should see is this time it should stay over here, depositing the rest of the leftover nether wart. The comparator only works. Don't you have anything in there? Yeah. So let's see what I wanted to do though. Right, but there should be some left in here. I think it's just so, maybe it's just going over it too fast. Do you think? We could try using something else, like we could try an activator rail. It's not really going to do anything, but it's not powered. The idea here is when you flip this in here, you get enough in there, it starts doing it, but yeah, it certainly doesn't seem to be the case. I have one like this on another farm, but I wonder if it's something slightly different, like maybe that's pointing in there and there's a second hopper pulling down. Okay, so that worked that time. Maybe it was just too fast. I don't know. 'Cause, Yeah, no, the activator should pop mobs and stuff out. But what I was just thinking that the problem before was that we had a normal rail there, and it was when this turned on, it caused it to change directions. So it was basically bypassing this system over here. So I was just thinking, let's just put a straight rail that isn't a powered rail there. It's just... The other option would be use a normal rail maybe, and just push this stuff away from the dispenser, or the observers. So that would be another option. So it looks like it's draining them all. And then it should spit out, although... Okay, it's still unloading them. Another option would be we could use a hopper minecart to unload our hopper minecart if we really wanted to go fast, but as long as it doesn't take 5 minutes. Oh. Alright, that's right. Now I remember why this didn't work. We need this to be the curved rail there. Okay. Because it needs to tell it to go back that direction. So let's try sticking this over here. One more. Ideally, I'd probably just move it out one. But I'm worried about unintentional consequences there. Alright. Here we go again. Yeah. So anyways, if this test works, I think we're pretty much good. We can go head over to the main server. Yes, that all felt good. Try it there. So let's see. That is facing negative X. I'm gonna write that down or forget. Negative X. Boom. And as long as this one spits out and goes back, oh, and it did perfectly on time. Except that is a little concerning. I wonder why it's not picking. I would have expected to pick that up. That's kind of a breaking problem. Let's try that trapdoor. Because I bet you we can sneak that trapdoor here. And we don't need to send the whole thing through the system again, thankfully. We'll just get it lined up here. And then let's go throw a whole bunch of nether wart in here. The detector rail we got going again. They look good. It's either going on the floor or it's going in the cart. It's a little hard to tell. Oh, it's like, I'll be really cool. I won't need to put any extra guardrails or anything. But I was wrong. Okay. It certainly went in there, right? I keep thinking it might be this one down here, but it doesn't look like it. Alright. Throw that in there. Missed. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, I think this is working. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna grab a wooden shovel. Because I am going to grab a schematic. So I like to use schematic Lightmatica. That's what it's called. Loaded schematics, none. And we're gonna go ahead and just make basically a copy of this. It won't be an actual copy, but if you haven't used Lightmatica before, it's basically, we're going to make a blueprint or a schematic, as the name might imply. We're going to get the corners of this. And then, if I remember my keyboard shortcuts correctly, increase the height of this. And let's make sure we just have the thing fully encompassed. Cool. So then we'll just go into here, schematics, and you want to just save the schematic. Here we go. So we're gonna call this the auto nether wart farm version 1. That, and then this is all the stuff that we're gonna need. Save. Okay. Yeah. That's where we want to do it. And perfect. Okay. So, are you ready? We're going to head back to the world. Change. Yeah. Okay. So, we head back to spawn. So, in this world, we have both a creative area, which is where we just were. And then we have the survival world. If I jump down there, I'm going to die. So I'm going to just use a command to go to my home. And we're going to check it out. So this is my storage system. I wasn't sure what would happen when I went through that portal, so I left all my gear behind so that it wouldn't like get destroyed or something. So let's just get everything that I had on me, and let's go figure out where it is. Yeah, let me give you a little tour of my favorite little storage area here. Do I have rockets? Oh, I left the rockets in the box. That was the one problem. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. I'm really working on improving my streams and whatnot, and so I really appreciate you being here. And yeah, it's, you know, there's a lot to come. I don't know how to say. So this is the storage system. It's all sorted automatically. There's some place for me to start, and it's pretty cool. I just dump my items in here and they'll get sorted. I can even drop full shulker boxes in. And so what I've got down here is a system that sorts out the shulkers from the non-shulkers, and then the shulkers get unloaded there, and the non-shulkers go in there, and it just starts spitting out this water stream. And that's where it ends up here, and it's just water streams all the way around. And yeah, it's actually, I planned it out with a spreadsheet, and the funny part is that I built it so that I could store all the items that I was concerned about, and I've got all these empty areas now that I didn't even, that I guess I just didn't really think about how much storage I was gonna have. So there's a lot. There's a lot of room to grow, which is great because of future expansions. Yeah, could do that. So here's the nether wart. The current nether wart operation that fuels the auto potion brewers. So just grab some potions, build a big creeper. You know what I really need? I need a big creeper farm. I should make, maybe I can make a big creeper and put the farm inside of it. That would be pretty good, because this little one is my tiny little creeper farm right here. It's this little black box. I just left my machine AFKing like all day. Yeah, so that's the storage. I'll give it a little more tour here. Here's my like agricultural farming area. So we've got this bee-powered wheat farm. Bees are super cool because whenever the pollen drops, it's like bone mealing the crop. So this just pumps out wheat, and back there it's actually pumping out honeycomb. Got the little mason's house, some masons in there. The automated sheep farm, which it looks like the shears have run out there. That's my like little contribution to the server. So anyone who wants some can come through and just grab as much wool as they want. It's just sitting there. Got a little farmhouse. Not much interior yet. That's on the to-do list. Tree farm. Crazy experiment. And then all of the resources from the agricultural area, I'll get sorted down here. And that's where the storage system is. Little drop right down. All right, so let's see. Yeah, I'm really happy with the cycle. I wonder what happened here. I feel like I had wheat here before. I wonder if somebody came by and pinched a little wheat. Should be totally fine. It's not like I'm hurting for any wheat. All right, so here's something I've been working on. So all those potions, all the nether wart farming is going into this potion shop. It's my Post's Potions, where I'm selling all the potions here. And I was decorating this a little bit the other day, and I think it came out really cool. I love the way it looks without shaders. I love the way it looks with shaders. And I don't got these like crazy things here. I don't even know what it should be. Let me see here. So nobody's been by. Nobody's been by for it. To buy any potions yet, which is cool. It's been up for like one day though. Yeah, so these are armor stands holding the armor stand plugin, armor statues on Vanilla Tweaks. One of my absolute favorite data packs. It's not even a mod. And you can just give it a block. And so what I've done is I've given it a block and I've pushed them inside of here and kind of offset them all. Give them this like crazy effect. It's like a little mini block, and it's actually leather armor. Yeah, they those poor villagers, but they're happier there. All right, so let's see. We got to figure out somewhere to put this nether wart farm. The forest is kind of that way. This is kind of the end of my area. I do have those structures in it, since we'll check them out another time. And I'm not going to build the enchanted forest. It doesn't really fit the theme. So we could build it out in the open over there, or we could see if we can take some advantage of some of the space that we've already dug out around the storage system, because there is a fair amount of room behind here, but maybe not enough. Even if I tear down this wall, it's not really enough. we've got a similar open space. Yeah, I think that farm's just a little too big for this. So we could build it over here. Let's see. Let's check out. I don't really want to build it up here because it'd be kind of in the way. Not really much flat area. I really don't want to dig anything out. So what we could consider is doing this in the end. That would be a pretty good potential spot. And then we could just use shulkers. Maybe get in the caves. Why not? Yeah, let's see. Let's go scout it out. There might be some good spots. We've got... It would be nice to have it kind of close to the base. So there is a big cave down this way. And then the storage system's not far away. I'm gonna try not to die in here. So that's the storage system up there. It's not entirely safe down here. I don't want to build it where you can see it from there because I really like the way this looks down here. But I could try going this way. Build it like over here somewhere. Could do that. That's a pretty good spot for it. If we don't get blown up by a creeper. Yeah, I'm down for it. We just need to clear out a little bit. Let's grab some torches. And I was really hoping I had the beacon effect down here. But it's not close enough. Probably you though. You drink this night vision potion I just happen to have. Yeah. Alright. Let's dig it out a bit. I don't even think the beacon would really help, right? 'Cause deep slates still requires you to take, you can't insta-mine it, even with the beacon. I wonder whenever 119 comes out, or whatever the treasure is in the Deep Dark in the Ancient Cities, it might be kind of cool if there was a enchantment or something that would allow you to break deep slate faster. I think when King B-Dog says that there's going to be loot worth getting there, that would be loot worth getting for me. That would be pretty nice. Yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll have it run maybe lengthwise up that way. So we need to look at -x. So if you imagine facing this direction, the minecart's over on that side, and it goes that direction. So yeah, if we play this out, it should be in good shape. And I think I actually have, yeah. So we do this thing called MCMMO or something like that. And you get like skill points as you mine, or like, not skill point, you don't get to like spend them. But the more mining you do, the more it like levels up your mining ability, and then you're able to like use that ability I just did that gave us basically haste for like 60 seconds. Yeah, the sound is satisfying when you do that. Yeah, that's the one thing. Building it down here, digging out the deep slate. You don't get quite that nice sound, but it doesn't really matter. We don't dig that much. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna try and empty my load here. We're gonna have to build ourselves a nice little infrastructure to get back and forth from the upper area down to here. It's gonna be the one little catch. Let's see. Maybe like a water elevator would probably be the best way. Not sure exactly where we are underneath my base. I'm guessing somewhere underneath the agricultural area. Yeah, I'm very, very excited for 119. I was really excited for the delay when they I voted for it in the mob vote. I was really excited for that. I'm not sure exactly what's gonna happen with the delay right now, because it seems like there's still enough tweaking that it needs for it to function the right way and feel right. It doesn't, at least I've been trying to avoid playing in the snapshots, but I watched a lot of the snapshot videos that other people have done. And it feels like it's not quite ready. It feels like it needs more tweaking, because it kind of flies around, it kind of just shoots a stream of items. It seems really unpredictable, but I think the biggest thing is you don't have a lot of options for putting like many of them together and having them go to different things. I really feel like the ability to have allays like go to different notes, like different sounds, and would be a nice addition, so that you could have like 4 note blocks in an area and give them like all different notes. The warden looks very terrifying. I remember the very first, like, when I first started playing Minecraft, like the very first night, there was like, I didn't know what to expect. I'd never played before. None of my friends had played the game before, and everything was going good until it got night, and then a zombie just destroyed me. I didn't even know what was happening, and I just, like, I'm expecting that kind of vibe when I go into the ancient city. Just have it just like come in and just terrify me, wreck everything. That's like what I'm expecting. So we'll see. I know they're trying to make it really hard to like, they're gonna try and make it so that you have to like fight it right. So that's the thing that I'm, you know, really hopeful for, that it feels like a good experience. The idea that you can just like go up a few blocks, because I've seen some people do that to evade it, that would be sad. If it was easy to evade. I'm sure people will find easy ways to cheese it, right? You can cheese all the mobs, because it's a sandbox game, but I'd like to see it be considerably more difficult than other mobs are. And I want to see the structures for the Deep Dark. I'm really excited to see it in like a world that I play in. So I'm like going in there with the intention to like get loot, and then I'm going to use that loot for the rest of the game elsewhere. Like, that's a really exciting thing to me. That's why I've kind of like held off just going into the snapshot and then like finding one and then putting myself in like survival even. It's like I'll find the loot, and then it's not going to be like, okay, what do I do? You know, it's not going to be that important to me, because I know I'm not going to like be bringing it over to the rest of my survival world. So that's why I've been kind of waiting. The frog lights, though, have you seen those? Those are the things I'm really looking forward to. Also, the heat magma creams and slimes. That's pretty sweet. The funny part is I keep setting up these magma cream farms, because I keep building like gold farms and stuff like that. Having magma blocks is really handy, and so just passively collecting magma creams to craft, you know, 4 of them into a magma block is really handy. Let's see, there's some lava down here. I just want to make sure I don't fall in. So I already have the magma cream farm that I'm gonna need for the light blocks. So that's Now that the night vision's worn off, we can see how good of a job I actually did lighting this place up. All right, let's throw some torches around here where we're not going to knock them down. And I'm thinking we need to switch our picks over, because this one, I don't want it to break on me. I broke one of my picks the other day, and I was kind of bummed about it. Nice netherite picks. I think it was my first netherite pick too. So let's get ourselves going. Oops. Yeah, the funny part is I could just grab like a whole bunch of those night vision potions, right? Because they're just auto brewing up there. I'm selling them. But got all this junk in my inventory right now. Good thing I got that item sorter. Let's put that there. And yeah, okay. Swap out for a different silk touch. And put these away. Let's grab ourselves a couple of shulkers to collect. I never seem to be able to waste any of the resources I mine. So I think once we get like one more layer or two more layers in here, we'll place the schematic down here, and then we can take a look and see how much more space we might need. But I don't want to just dig out a giant chunk for no reason. I probably already am. I want to say again, I really appreciate you that you're hanging out, checking out the stream. I hope it is interesting, but I really appreciate it. Have a good one. Thank you again for the follow. I appreciate it. And I hope to see you next time. So have a good night. Let's see here. Yeah, once we dig this out, we'll be able to hop in that farm and start doing that. I'll probably have to go collect some more resources though for my storage system before I can do that. Seems to be a lot of people on the server at the moment. What are they all talking about? Well, I'm glad to hear that. I really do. Appreciate that. It was fun hanging out with you. Yeah, I like talking about 119 and everything to come, and working through the redstone projects. It's a lot of fun. I like to have a good mix. A lot of building, a lot of technical stuff. Just, I don't know. It's really a lot of fun to just have that variety, I think. So I would like to know where the spider is coming from. It is annoying. Let's see. I think I have a wooden shovel on me. Great. It's gonna tell me schematic. Okay. Yeah, let's try placing it in the world. And I think it is directionally, it'll place itself directionally. So, like schematic, load schematics. Another word, farm, load schematic. Okay, cool. So, place it over, should start over here somewhere so we can keep extending it that direction. Like down there, because I think that this was visible, right? From yeah, kind of over there. So back this way more. it looks like it's going the right direction. So then I think if I just set it over that way, and bring it down a little bit, see how tall it is. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Getting there. So that seems good enough. Just have to dig out a little bit more above. Just so much down there. I'm a little afraid. Could try putting it over this way. I do like the idea of putting all these things in the farm, in the caves though, as giant farms. I know what we'll do. Put it over here, and let's just see, because this would be a lot less digging out. If we keep it over that side, it's not going to be very visible. So always fiddly to position these. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it'll be visible from the storage system. So we could actually start it all the way over there and start building it this way. Just clear out anything that comes in our path. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's build it right here. Perfect. So let's go schematic and schematic placement, configure. Before I mess it up, we're going to lock it right there. This is where we're going to put it. We have a little water. So if you're just joining us, we're building up an automated nether wart farm using some quirky mechanics on this server. One of my favorite little things that we've added is the ability to have dispensers do a little bit more than just dispense items. One of the things that they do is they can actually plant crops. And we're taking advantage of that by planting nether wart automatically. And right now I've got this schematic, but there's a slime here. This is like the third slime I've seen in the server, and I've been on the server for, what's it say, like 9,000 days. Not actually 9,000 days. The server runs 24/7, but this is literally like the second slime I've seen. It is so hard to get slime balls on this server that they are super valuable. The deep caves have made it really hard to get slimes to spawn. So we need to remember this, because at some point, slime farm. We need it. I tried to build one. I built one somewhere that I was pretty sure was a slime chunk. I even dug it out to investigate because I don't actually have the seed for this world. So good old method of just mining and using fences and walls to find it. And I finally found one. And I went and I tried to build a farm for it, and the spawn rates were just so terrible. Let's see. Nope. I wanted to make sure I don't fall in a hole while I dig out the space. So the spawn rates were so terrible that I think I only ever saw like one more spawn in the entire time that I was around there. So I kind of gave that up for the moment. And in fact, when I was starting out in this world and I needed slime, like sticky pistons, I was actually using jungle temples because they were easier to find. And I was just ripping out the sticky pistons. It was like that was the treasure in the jungle temples, which honestly was pretty valuable at that point. Now it would be pretty not valuable, but that would actually be something I'd love to see them improve. Like go back, maybe keep the old jungle temples around, you know, for nostalgia and everything, but maybe make like giant jungle temples. Like I think that would be really cool. Like if they made variants of all of the older structures, so keep the old ones around so we don't lose them, because they're pretty cool, and there's a lot of history there. But then make it so that there's like these larger, more expansive ones, and maybe that's part of like what they're doing with the deep dark and the ancient cities, is like testing the waters there, see what it might be like to have those giant structures that are generated. Okay, so let's see. The ground here in this schematic is not really that important, so we'll leave all that red. That's just an air block, does not matter. Okay, so this looks pretty good to me. We can use the material list to go back to our storage system and grab everything we need. Now I don't have a fantastic way across, or a fantastic way back to there, but we can give it a shot. It's like right up here. And I think it's easy enough to get down there, but I think we're gonna want something a little faster transport, or I guess we can just have the drops automatically come up to us. That's probably the better way. All right, so we're gonna throw in some stuff into our fancy storage system. Stuff that I don't want to have to bother sorting out. The slime balls are precious. Okay, that looks pretty good. This, I've got some nether wart in here I'd like to get out. Or some soul sand, we're gonna need a lot more of that. A lot more of this. I think everything else can go into here. That one can. That one can. This one's empty, and I think I'll hold on to it. Okay. So let's put all our goodies in here. And let's grab all the nether wart that is currently growing. And I think if I do it with a fortune thing, it'll actually harvest some more. So here we go. Pretty sure fortune works on crops. So then let's dig this up. So the next time we're gonna need nether wart, it's gonna be automatically growing and harvesting and replanting. Boom. Alright. And got it. Alright. These are the potion brewers. We're gonna eventually, I want to be able to farm and brew every single potion automatically. I think that would be a really cool project. And we got a shop, a potion shop up above here, up there somewhere. So we got some stuffs. We got our those are dispensers, right? Let's grab just a bunch, all of them. Throw them in there. We're gonna need them, and we'll throw in some of these components. I have a redstone shulker box, but I usually use it pull it out in a pinch. So we're gonna grab some stuff from the storage system first, because I don't want to deplete what's in my redstone box in case I need it. Plus, I'd have to restock it anyways. So. Little packed ice. No way we need that much. grab some ice. Okay. And then I don't think we need anything else over here. Yeah. And nothing from... Ah. I bet you there's nothing in here. I haven't crafted much. I saw that one though. Yeah, we'll leave this stuff. We'll leave those ones. We'll get the rest out of our chest. Ah. We need some rails. We need activator rail. I think we need an activator rail. No, we need one of those. That's for sure. We need a lot of this. It's probably not enough. We'll take that. I don't remember how to make that one kind of cart. How do you make that? Let's see, do I have a crafting table in here? It's like the inner workings of the storage system. It's like, it looks all nice out there, but... okay, so this is a detector rail. Iron, redstone, stone pressure plate. We got that stuff right over here. The one problem with the storage system is, and this is gonna sound funny, but it's a little big. It's huge. And so I end up spending a ton of rockets just flying around the storage system to collect everything I need. It's not the most efficient use of rockets. In fact, my whole base is pretty inaccessible if you don't have wings. So, what am I forgetting? Oh, I didn't make these yet. Yeah, my whole base is pretty inaccessible without wings. So, I kind of want to make a, what is it? Or not make, but find a trident. Because then I can use the trident and I put Riptide on it. And that would make things a lot better for getting around. Okay, powered rails need sticks, right? I think it does. So let's see. Is it sticks? Powered rails. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be sticks. There we go. Okay. Just gonna pinch one more on that, not a block. Just need a little iron, I think, in this chest. I'm getting used to sneaking in the back way here as I build out this area. Okay, so we got, that's all blaze rods. Could use a second shulker box, yeah. Raid farm project. Okay, well that's on hold. The raid farm is on hold for the moment. We're gonna, well, I haven't figured out when I'm gonna do that. But truth be told, I needed a lot of redstone. That was the primary driver for the raid farm, and I actually, I'm basically buying it for my server mates for a diamond per stack, which I've got a lot of diamonds, and so I don't mind paying. Okay, this is the material list. Let's see what we got here. Hoppers, dispensers, powered rails, got plenty of those now. Ice rails, detector rail, redstone. Some extra trapdoors. I could probably use iron for all of the trapdoors, so let's grab some more iron. That seems good. It's just here, iron block. Okay, I think we have everything we're gonna need. I kind of want some more torches, but I don't need them. Dump this back in the storage system and head on down. To our schematic. Luckily, there's nothing around here to kill us quite yet. Oh, we didn't bring we didn't bring building blocks. That's one flaw. Although we don't need a lot of building blocks. We're gonna want glass, that's for sure. Okay, let's go grab some smooth stone and let's head back up. I can actually use, let's see. Yeah, let's just use the rockets to get up there. Ow, ow, ow. I feel like I'm gonna kill myself that way. I'm not gonna do any less because it's so convenient, but it does come at a cost. Alright. Head on back up here. Smooth stone. Boom. Plenty of that. And over here's glass. Plenty of glass. Alright. I think we're good to go. I'm waiting on the, you probably noticed that the ceiling up there is not completed. I'm waiting on 119 to complete it because I really want to use the shulker boxes. Or what am I saying? Shulker boxes. No, I want to use the skulk blocks. Let's see. If I do page down, max layer, move. Layer are we on? We're on layer 2. This is gonna be a little while before it gets there. So there's set here. There we go. I want to see just the layers that I haven't built yet. I'm using light Matica. If you're wondering, that's what that this overlay is. And it just, I went earlier. I was designing up this farm in our the creative section of this world, and there's like a whole nother dimension that we have set up for just creative builds. I don't have any creative access in this server, just besides that one area. So it's all SMP. Like, I don't have any OP. I'm not an operator or anything for the server, so I just play on it. So I don't have access. So everything's been built or farmed or bought in many cases. Many cases. So we got to build everything up bit by bit. And what's interesting is this is also a paper server, so it's not a vanilla. It's not a vanilla Minecraft exactly. Which, when it comes to redstone, it does mean there's a few little quirks going on. Timings aren't always reliable and other things. So it ends up having to like design redstone contraptions and then design them again to account for just the weird behaviors on this server. It's an interesting challenge. Sometimes it means I just choose not to build certain kinds of contraptions, which is a little sad sometimes because it does limit, but it just means that I need to find some new, different creative way. But that's why we have some kind of, sometimes we choose to add a plugin or something because it adds some functionality that would be either unobtainable in the server or would just really be very laggy in the server, and we don't want to have everybody lagging out all the time. My base is pretty laggy frame rate wise, but it's actually not too bad for the computation on the server side, so it doesn't have as big an effect on other players as it would seem. At least until they show up in my base, and then they got problems. Such a creepy sound when you place the soul sand. So this should be a pretty easy farm to build up. And we can, it's modular, so we can build as many of these layers, as many of these levels as we want. I don't know how many levels we want, but, well, actually, it goes that direction, a whole bunch. But I'm thinking a fair number, because this farm really needs, probably is going to need a lot of input for it to be productive enough for our needs. Oops, not there again. Why am I not placing? Weird. Oh, I think it's because I'm hanging over this whole sand. Yeah. Let me try hanging. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, as I've said, the schematics, this Lightmatica, I could probably do this particular farm from memory because I've just done it a whole bunch. But for anything more complicated, I'd be pretty, probably pretty lost. So here's what I think we're gonna do. We're gonna lower this layer. We're gonna dig out a whole bunch of these. It'll be easier to do it before we build up the redstone above us. Just gotta figure out how far we want to go. Could go like all the way into that cavern. See how much nether, or not nether, how much soul sand we have available. So I think I have a lot, but I don't know if I have that much. If you're going to came out tonight, check it out. Check out the building, farm development. I really appreciate it, and hope you're enjoying it. And if you are, go ahead and hit that follow button. Would really help out the channel. Keeps me going, making more content and more farms and stuff. So if you are interested, if you like what you see, go ahead and hit the follow button, and that way you'll know the next time I'm on. Not that I'm going anywhere right now. Let's see, this is working out pretty well. I'm a little afraid to fall down there, but I guess as long as we don't end up in the lava, we're good to go. Not planning on doing anything too treacherous in this one stream, but maybe in a future stream we'll go pick a fight that we can't handle. Maybe the warden would be a good. I'm definitely going to do the warden in the ancient city. It's the first time I go find an ancient city. Doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'm just going to stop everything. If I'm not on a stream, I'm going to start a stream. Otherwise, we're gonna stream first encounter that I ever have in the deep dark. It'll be super fun. I'm looking forward to that. So it'll be all survival. We can either go in there super prepared or try and go in there with just nothing and loot the city just with our wits about us, just using whatever we can find in the city to help us. That'd be kind of a fun experience. I do feel like if I come in completely prepared, it's not gonna be too difficult of a challenge. So, but what do I know? I haven't played any of the snapshots because I don't want to spoil the content. I've watched the snapshot videos, but I think there's a baby. Okay, he was not a problem at all. I tried to switch over to the axe the other day and use the axe because it does a little more damage, and also I wouldn't have to carry around a sword also most of the time. But I was getting wrecked by the little baby zombies. They were too much for me to try and get with the axe. So I got the sword out again. I think I prefer the sword. Maybe I'm just more used to it. Alright, I don't think we're gonna go any further than this. This seems like... I was digging out that area before. I'm pretty glad I decided to switch over to this side, because I don't think that area would have contained a farm. We would have just immediately been digging more space out. This seems like a pretty good size. One more. I'm just gonna do one more. Alright. Like I said, this farm is really modular, so I made sure we would be able to put the repeaters in here and basically send the signal all the way down. Although what I seem to have failed to do was grab enough things to place my redstone on. So that's one little flaw. Let's make sure we have enough packed ice. So we'll place all the packed ice out here. I'm gonna place stone in between these so I don't fall to my death. It's definitely my #1 cause of death in Minecraft, is just walking into a hole and falling to my death. I'll try and minimize that today. So what'll happen is all the nether wart's gonna basically flow to the end of these water streams that'll be running around here and or in between here. So I should figure out, does it need to go here? Not sure. But it's all gonna end up running through this, which will be one big water stream. And yeah, so we need to go one extra. And then up a water elevator and fill up a minecart. So one important thing is we have to have enough production in the nether wart farm to refill itself. And that eventually it's gonna basically be completely full and there'll be nowhere for the nether wart to go except out into the output. And it'll just keep refilling itself. And that's what we want. We want to make sure that it can just keep refilling itself so it never runs out of nether wart, because we need at least one nether wart in every single dispenser. Otherwise we are going to be cutting our production. Oops. One of those giant holes for me to fall in. Yeah, when I started out designing this farm, I was like making it like one cell or one unit at a time, and that was okay, but it started to get really expensive on redstone because the collection system was like you needed a collection system for every single like cell, which was like one nether wart wide, and that made it so expensive so fast that it was not worth it. So I eventually settled on a design that I came up with that had basically a central collection system, and it kind of distributed it all out. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the home command on this server just to get up to our storage. I don't like using it very much, but we're pretty close and I don't want to smash my head into the wall anymore. And we can also go back. So I try not to use that very often. I feel like it's a little overpowered. I wish that you could do it, but it would cost something or something like that. So you're kind of more encouraged to use the default Minecraft mechanisms for things like, I guess not default, but I guess more technical solutions, which is why I try and fly everywhere or build up rails or some other kind of transport, so I feel a little bit better about it. It feels less cheaty to me. But there we go. But you know, however you want to play, that's the cool thing about Minecraft that I really like, is because even though we're on the same server, there's some people that are like, oh yeah, I just use that to evade my death, and that's cool, and it works for them, and they can have whatever level of challenge they want, and I can have whatever level of challenge I want, and that's still super cool because we're playing on the same server. It's not like we have to have a whole different kind of config for each server and each way we play and everything like that. So I really appreciate that about the game. Although I think one thing that's been kind of difficult is the sorting system. So I built up a giant sorting system, which I love, and it has been really great. I just wish that I didn't have to build one up all the time. I feel like I can't really play the game without having to build a big storage system, because I just end up so many items that I have to deal with, and that's kind of annoying. I really wish that they would come up with a better solution to that. And I don't want to minimize the technical community's like contributions there, because like if we just added like the sorting block to the game, it'd be like, oh well, I guess we don't need these complicated contraptions, and so it'd be like, well, that's not as cool anymore. So we definitely don't want that, but I do feel like having some system for making it a little bit better. Oh man, we're gonna run out of servers really quick. Yeah, we're gonna need to make a whole bunch more. So, but I would like to have something a little bit better, because like you saw, my storage system's absolutely massive, way bigger than it needs to be, but it's basically like one item per stack of double chests, and some of those items I'm never gonna get more than double chests. It's not gonna happen. It'd be ridiculous. So, but I still want to sort it, because when I come back from caving or adventuring or whatever, I just want to build, dump my inventory in there, not have to worry about it. I don't like sorting items. I don't want to clean up after myself. So it would be nice to find some way to find a middle ground. And I think some people have said that that's kind of what the allay is intending to do. I don't think that may be the intention, but I don't think that's what the reality is. And at least the most recent snapshots, it looks a little too finicky to have any kind of like mass setup, and there's not like a way to like have them go to different note blocks, and there's not like a way for them to like automatically take the items, so that you could alter it and have them look for something else. But so I think there's some problems there as a replacement, and I have built a big storage system that lets you dump stuff into categories, and it used like a double chest that you could use to configure it. If you watch Hermitcraft, Cubfan built one like a couple seasons ago, and has a giant pyramid. Well, I built one on a single player world. It works okay. If it ever gets unloaded, it is a nightmare to go sort out. So that's a big drawback. On this server, it's like a paper server. It would not work. It wouldn't function correctly, which would be really sad if you spent a ton of time building it up. But it just won't work because of the way the server timings and the way it processes, all sorts of stuff. So it's just kind of out of the question, which is a shame. Because it means that I don't really have any other options. So I would like to write myself a little plugin for the server where this is Spigot and the paper server. But basically all it means is there are some quirks to it, but it also is relatively easy to write a plugin for. So they're not really like they use the word plugin instead of a mod, which you might think, oh, isn't that just a mod? But I guess the difference, the way they're splitting the hairs there is the plugin just changes the behavior of things. There's no change to any interfaces or anything like that. Not like, you know, some crazy new block or thing like that. It's just using mostly vanilla stuff. And I think there's some areas that allow you to do further customization, but not a ton. So that's the difference. Now I want to make something that would allow me to have those category sorters, and I still want it to feel balanced. That's an important aspect, is that it feels balanced. But it should still feel like you have that functionality. You're not like losing the ability to have the category sorting, because this place is too big. It's very impressive. It's very impressive, but it's too darn big. I'm using rockets to go from one room to another. That's a little absurd. Let's see. While we're here, let's grab some more soul sand. I think. Yeah, I'm using rockets to get from one side of the storage system to the other. That's too big. You know. So, anyways, I want to make maybe a plugin or something for that part. But I was just thinking, it would be cool. I've seen some plugins where you have like beacons or something like that. You can turn them into like transports. Thinking, what if I had that in the storage system? Each corner of the storage system you could just teleport to. That would be a little overkill. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Sit up straight, a little straighter here. Help my back out. Take a little drink of water. Thank you all for coming out, and try not to get blown up by a creeper while I do this. Big farm, missing some redstone. Oh, this is easier. That, where's my soul sand? I think I should make some soul soil pathways around some places. I can cover them with carpets, and if I use soul soil, it won't slow anyone down. But I've got these soul speed boots on, so I move super fast over them. Could make like a soul sand or soul soil highway. You make it in the nether, and make it out of soul sand, so it slows everyone down, and we can sell the soul speed boots. That would be kind of like like here's a toll. It's a toll road. I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore. Oh, that's awful to run over. Look at that. Look at that field. Okay, I'll stop. That's probably gonna hurt somebody's eyes or something. Get off of there. Oops. I don't even know how far this is. Pretty far though. Pretty far. Okay. Let's go up, up. level. I don't remember what is in here. The schematic only covers like a few blocks here, so whatever that is, we're just gonna move it over the end, the loader and unloader for our box, for our excess, our nether wart, all of our nether wart. Okay, we need a whole mess of dispensers. Luckily, I got him here. So we didn't need all this. We apparently didn't need all the observers, but I'm glad I have them crafted now. In fact, let me put these back in there before we forget to refill it. Dispensers. I'm looking at those and I feel like there's not enough there yet. So we're probably gonna have to craft the worst. Oh, the worst thing to craft is the dispensers. Actually made myself a crafting recipe for this. There we go. 4 dispensers so that you can build them in a stack. Like, one of the big problems I see with dispensers is you can't build a stack of dispensers very easily. Maybe I'll see about adding that to this server, because that would be much appreciated improvement. Okay, so it's gonna say we're placing all these blocks wrong. We're just gonna ignore it. It's gonna look weird, but just want to double check. Yep, okay, there's dispensers. It's like, is this a dropper? Did I get confused? Did I grab the wrong block? Am I gonna have to redo everything? No, thankfully not. Well, I'm gonna have to redo that. And it's dark over here. Nether wart doesn't care about light levels, but the mobs do. Let's just drop a few torches along the glass here, just to help with the not dying part, which is one of my favorite parts of the game, Minecraft, is the not dying. I think I'm doing pretty good on the not dying, in fact. Oh, somebody's trying to change that. Ah, wow. Did he fall down and take some fall damage before he got to me? I would check the amount of deaths that I have, but I'm terrified to take my eye off the screen. At the moment, I think something will come out and get me. Building in this, like, partially lit up cave. It's a good spot. I have been actually kind of stressed out lately about where to put more stuff, because the surface area is a little full in my agricultural farming area. So yeah, I think putting it underground here was actually a really great idea. So I'm really happy about that. We're gonna need something like that, some glass here, and actually gonna need it around here. I think what we'll do, we're gonna bust these ones out, but we gotta get this last thing. So let's just go down the line. Oops. We'll use glass for all of this. Although it does take a long time to break glass. I feel like it's okay that glass takes a while to break with a pickaxe, so you don't accidentally break it. But if we have a silk touch, could we just like break it instantly like that? You can't make a mistake then. You're not gonna lose your piece of glass. That's something that I'd like to see. Maybe I'll go over to Minecraft. What is it? Suggestions on Reddit. I'll go over there and I'll say, no, this is what I want. I actually have a lot of thoughts, but like most people, I just don't act on them. So I've got a lot of ideas about things I'd like to see, but I have yet to write any of them down and put them on the suggestion page at all. Which I think is the place that Minecraft, like, Mojang recommends you post your Minecraft suggestions. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that. I'm pretty sure that subreddit is the place where I've been directed to in the past. Of course, as I said, I've done none of that. Right, hoppers and other stuff. I get way more hoppers. I seem to have vastly underestimated the number of hoppers that I was going to require from this. Oh man, I'm turned around this way. Yeah, I do appreciate that little teleport thing. Back to storage. Like I said, I think it is pretty cheaty. It might be cool if you had like a slowness effect on you. That's what I would like. Gives you like a slowness effect for like, oh, I don't know, 30 seconds or something. Just so you don't feel like, just make it feel less like cheating. Or what I would like to see is like make it so you can't use it to get away from like a fight, where it's like you have to stand still and not take any damage for like, I don't know, 10 seconds or something while you're powering up. Anything like that. Because I do feel like if you use it to get away, if I were to use it to get away from a fight, I'd feel like I was really cheaty. Or like if I fell in lava. Like I've got there's vanilla Minecraft ways to deal with those problems. And I feel like every time you have like a little shortcut in the game, you actually end up like robbing yourself of the opportunity to, you know, build something. Or like the potion shop, for instance. I'm not gonna burn to lava. I'm not gonna burn in lava in the nether anymore. I've got fire resist, an infinite number of fire resist potions. If I was never gonna burn in lava, I wouldn't have any reason to build so many potions. So things like that. But I will say that not everyone wants to play that. And I think that's great. Totally cool with that. I don't have anything against that. I don't see it as not playing the game or not playing the pure Minecraft or anything like that. I actually think that you should play the game however you want. And when it comes to games, one of the great things to remember is if you're not having fun, you should change something or play a different game. If you don't have fun because you lose all your items every time you die, and you have a little knack for dying all of the time, then turn on keep in inventories, or say, oh, I don't want to do that because that seems too cheaty. Like, okay, use like the player graves thing that like saves all your items in a place, and it shows you how to get back to it and stuff like that. Like that. That's what I think. If you don't like the way the game is because of something, and in Minecraft, you can change pretty much everything about the game. You can find a mod that will allow you to change everything you want. Alright, we're going to cover up this part because we've extended it, but we can either memorize how it works, which I don't think is going to be a problem because I did just build it very recently, so I do remember how it works. But we can always move the schematic down more. So I don't have a smooth stone on me, so we're gonna have to go get some more. Yeah, I'm gonna use that cheaty teleport thing. Yeah, if it had slowness or something, then I'd feel better about it. That'd be pretty good. They're scary noises. There's those guys. Zombie guys. But they can't get us. I don't think we're gonna need more glass. I don't need the steak. This is my smelter. Over there's my panda. My sick panda. I found that panda. Or they call it a weak panda. Oh. And I was like, oh, score. There's something about slime farms and the weak pandas and the babies sneeze apparently. I didn't realize it was the babies. I thought the weak pandas just did it periodically and that's how you did it, but no, only the babies sneeze, and only occasionally, like hardly ever. And I don't have a second panda. And if it's not another weak panda, then I'm probably not going to get another weak panda. And yeah, and then I watched an Ilmango video where he built a farm for Peaceful using the weak pandas to get slime. And it was like, the rates are like ridiculous, like 1 an hour or something, like 1 slime ball an hour or some really pathetic rate. I mean, if you're in Peaceful, it's the only way you're gonna get slime. But oh, that, yeah, I was like, okay, panda's gonna live here now. That's that. Okay, I don't know exactly how, I don't remember how these meet up. So I'm just gonna put it there, and we'll just have it. Before I had a problem, it was like too close, so we're just gonna push that back further. It doesn't need to be very close. You don't need super compact. You can extend it. So that's looking good. We'll build the unique parts later. So let's get over here. Okay, so these could all be redstone blocks, but I'm kind of cheap. I don't actually have a lot of redstone blocks, so probably won't do it that way. We'll probably just use switches. So let's put this back. Got a lot of building blocks, but I need more of these. Keep your iron. I have some junk. Take that back, please. Thank you. Jump. Okay. This is where we can take advantage of the easy place. Just make our life a little easier. Is this cheating? Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. Easy place is kind of cheating. Am I not gonna use it? No, I like it. I already built this thing up once. I'm happy to have it help me. And it's also only gonna help me for like 1 more segment. And that's all it's gonna help me for. Okay. Because now that's the wrong one. Alright, now we turn it off. Short-lived. Let's make sure that all the blocks that we need are together. I'm feeling very much like the amount of golden rails we have is not going to be enough. I swear I had so many of these from previous projects. I do not know what I did with them all. Let's turn that down. That's kind of annoying. Plus, we have a pretty good sense of what we're doing. Rails for days. excited for this thing though, because you can't do this in survival or in vanilla without something crazy. But this plugin's letting us use these dispensers to do all sorts of crazy stuff. Harvest lava out of cauldrons. That's why we originally plugged it in, and then I was like, oh, okay, now I'm gonna build some really crazy farm. And I did. I built a really crazy farm that I was super pleased with for harvesting lava. Let's see, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. There's 7 of these per row. So 8 times 7 is stack. It's a stack. I don't think I have that in here. Oh, over there. Yeah, we'll use the cheaty thing some more. Turns out I'm okay with it. Let's see, we already checked that. We need sticks. We need to put some of these back. That's what we need to do. We got too many of these. Okay, 3. Let's just hold on 3 stacks. 3 enough. So we got sticks over here. We need a lot of gold, I think. Okay, I recently got a fair amount of gold. I think we got in there. Yeah. Have not built a gold farm yet. It's on my to-do list. I'm kind of torn because they say they want to get rid of the mechanic that makes the Piglin XP gold farm, the XP part of it anyways, so powerful. So I'm like, oh, should I build the donut? It's a lot of work to build the donut. And it was a lot easier. Some of the other designs I did that were just kind of like squares around turtle eggs. So if I'm not gonna get XP from it, I think I would rather use that mechanic, using the turtle eggs, I mean. But right now the only source of XP is the ender, which is fine, but it's far away instead of being like right over my base in the nether. And it's a little on the slow side. I mean, I built it really like at the lowest point you could build it, and all this other stuff, but it's still much slower than a gold farm. And I'm not gonna stick around there to get like 600 levels, although I have no idea what I would do with 600 levels. So maybe that part doesn't matter. Let's see. You're gonna go like this. Then right there, we're gonna need an observer. Here, though, I think we'll go. Three, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that should be good. Now we need more levers. So unprepared. So unprepared. Right, 6 sticks. Let's just get ourselves a stack of levers. Costs like nothing. I need to make a better way up and down. It's like, yeah, it's like right down there. And I want to make sure you couldn't see it from in here. Okay, We use that teleport thing too much, in my opinion. We're going this way. Let's use our elytra. Try not to get ourselves splatted on the cave. Boom. Man, it makes me kind of wish I had like a big industrial area, big flat industrial area, but I don't. But yeah, that's the one thing about building in caves, is you can't just like fly over it. Although I guess this cave you can, but we're gonna figure out where. Yeah, you don't get like that same effect. Like, it's kind of cool up above, outside, in the outside sky. You can fly over my whole agricultural area with all these little like farms, and the structures that house the farms are like make sense for what is in them. That's really cool. Like the thing that's harvesting honey is an actual like beehive. Like, it looks like a giant beehive. So I love that. Oops, we don't want to do that. Don't put that there. I just feel like I'm gonna die falling off that. Oh, dang it. Well, that was certainly easier than breaking the switch. How come the switches do not have a favorite tool? Or do they call it a preferred tool? How come? Because it takes forever to break them with a pickaxe. They look like they're mostly made out of cobblestone. Just saying. The recipe kind of confirms that. And yet, breaking with a pickaxe takes forever. Get myself out of here. Then we're gonna power that here. So the reason for the second line, even though it looks like the return line should just return it all the way down there, sometimes for some reason it triggers those what kind of block is that? Detector rail. It triggers the detector rail, and then it causes them to loop back down the wrong paths. It's super annoying. I have to check that out in vanilla. I'm pretty sure that it's a bug. Or it's down to like the server updates or something. Something weird about this server. That's what I think. Could be wrong. I have definitely thought other things were causing redstone to not work right in the server, and quickly discovered that it was in fact not the case. I was just doing something not very right. So I think we put this here. That should go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so I think every 3 we need one of these. Keep the signal strong, because it only goes 15 blocks otherwise. You all knew that. But in case you didn't, now you learned something new. Alright, great. That's done. Let's see, what am I forgetting? I think one of the other things is I decided to use the redstone dust down there because it would be a lot easier to transport than rails. And normally you wouldn't do that because there's like lighting updates and blah blah blah, lag. Not exciting, but pretty sure that issue's been fixed in a recent version. So that's good. Okay. Now we take a look at what's going on over here. Build up the water elevator a little more. Yeah, we're taking that farm that I built earlier and we're building it all block by block, which is a little repetitive, but still fun. Now I'm stuck. Now I'm out. Okay. We need to get on top of that glass if we want to be able to build this up easy. So, oh, I get some scaffolding. How useful. Not if I do it that way, though. Okay. Yeah, that's the one. When you're using the schematics, you get a little confused. Okay. Should have enough of this. So we need a solid block there because it's going to trigger our trap doors, which might be worth getting out sooner rather than later. So we just build this all the way down. So yeah, the water here is held back by the trapdoors, and the water is what we use to harvest all of the nether wart. So the nether wart actually doesn't care how it's harvested, doesn't change the drop rate. So originally my design, ooh, I took off the shift key. Originally my design, I was going to use pistons to harvest every single one of them individually. Yeah, that would have been a huge waste of pistons. Let's see. Put that there. Ooh, glass. Okay. Do I have more glass over here, or do I have to go back to the storage system? I have plenty of glass. It's just, where is it? Yeah, it's teleport me. Yeah, everyone on the server has 2 home that they can set wherever they want. So I use one for my base here. The other one, however, takes me to the inn where I AFK for shulker shells. Very nice place to be. Get a lot of shulkers. That was actually the first shulker farm I've ever built, was on this server, and it is not going to be the last. I used to be super concerned about losing my shulkers because they're rare. They're really rare. Yeah, when you have the shulker farm, you're just worried about losing this stuff in the shulker boxes. Because the shulker boxes themselves are just totally replaceable. Like, completely replaceable. I don't know how I feel about it either, because shulkers used to just feel like they were super valuable. Now they do not feel very valuable, the shulker boxes. Which is good when I want to use like 100 of them in a contraption or something. I also need to start thinking about how to like make devices that compact items, and this would be a good, like, having it pack up netherite, that'd be a cool farm. Having it pack up like nether wart into shulker boxes, and then sending the shulker boxes up all the way up to my storage system, like that would be pretty good. Let's put some of this away. I know I have some iron somewhere. Here it is. Let's take 15 blocks of iron, and we'll turn them all into trapdoors. And if I have extras. I'm gonna need them for my creeper farm expansion, so they won't be wasted. And we just need to make sure we put them on the bottom, and go through each of these. I feel compelled to hold shift down. Yeah, I feel like that swift snake, I'm looking for that because I end up holding shift down so much. Totally when I do not need to be holding it down. But hold it down so much, I feel like it would just be nice. Because then when you're building bridges or you're doing all that stuff, you're gonna do it like way, way, way faster. Okay. Let us do this. I don't want to count. So let's just put that there. And we'll just go down the line until we get to 0. There. And we can put it on any of the glass spaces. We just can't put them on the stone blocks. What are these things? The smooth stone. And I prefer not to fall in a hole. Cool. Okay. So what's next? I'm gonna have to build up the rest of this thing. Get a torch. So this is the loader side of things. And nice. So the idea is to load it up with a ton of, just an absolute ton of the nether wart. Yeah, I'm starting to lose it. We want to load it up with a ton of nether wart so that it has enough nether wart to just redistribute it throughout the farm. And if we don't put enough in, it's all going to get sucked up before it gets a third of the way through the farm, and that's not good enough. Because it won't be able to reproduce. Replant. It doesn't reproduce. We'll replant the farm. Starting to lose it here. That's okay. Just gotta keep on track. Keep on track. We'll just build ourselves a little glass. Get up there. Just remember to tear down that scaffolding later. Oh, wrong block. Yeah, that's gonna be one cool thing about the allays. They're gonna be able to go and pick up all the blocks that you drop while building. I'm a little skeptical how good they're gonna be for automatic sorting in farms. They might be okay for farms. As I said, I'm a bit skeptical. But I think for building up like redstone contraptions, they're going to be really helpful. Oh, I dropped a repeater. Oh, I dropped a whatever. And they're going to just be like, okay, let me go get that for you. Be like, thank you. Thank you very much. That little contraption is going to go all the way down the far end. But otherwise, this is looking pretty good. I'm going to clear this out now. To get through. Plus, we don't want any blocks in the system. That's one drawback for sure of the dispensers that can dispense items for like planting crops and stuff. These ones can also put out blocks. So if you end up with blocks in there, these things are gonna put blocks out. Be like, if you get a redstone torch, it'll even do a redstone torch. Which, now that I think about it, that could be an interesting way to trigger something. I don't know what I would do with it, but I'm sure it would be interesting. Let's see, we're gonna definitely need a whole lot of signs. I think I want to get the water elevator portion working. So we'll drop down here. Go! And you should be flowing, yes, all the way up here. Yeah, it doesn't matter that it doesn't go the whole way. That ice is gonna send it all the way over there, and it's just gonna fall down. Sit right on top of that trapdoor, where a hopper minecart will be waiting to pick it up. Okay. We don't have a hopper minecart in there. It looks like we do, but we do not. We could get one in there. And then I think we need a whole bunch of signs. So we can test our directionality. Yep, okay. Just as expected. That's fantastic. Grab that. Button. We want to build ourselves a little decay timer. So it's gonna let the signal strength decay. We'll build it over here, and we'll send. So we'll go boom. It's like, can I not place it on here? No, I can't. It's standing in the wrong spot. You know, let's move it all over by one. Okay. So we need this here. We need more redstone. Oh, I can't believe I ran out of redstone. Alright, let's go grab that redstone. Building a redstone contraption. You don't remember to bring any redstone with you. That's problematic. Getting really hungry, apparently, from running around a whole bunch. Okay, let's see. Bust this out. Hey, there's a new friend. I'm gonna have to figure out where they're all spawning from. They don't spawn very often, but I prefer that no creepers spawn. Alright. So I believe if I put this here, it's not gonna activate, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and swap this one out for... Oops. I think what we're gonna do in the end is we're not gonna make this a manual thing. I don't want to have to come down here to trigger it. I just want to be loading it from above. We'll put like a etho hopper timer over here, and it'll just cause this to trigger every once in a while. So we need to put water in all of those, which means we need an actual bucket. We need some signs. I have a bucket. There's 1, 2, 3, a lot. Really wish I could do ice. Really wish I could do ice there. Here, let me show you before there's any water. So press this button. As you can see, there's the hopper minecart. These all release. They would have let water flow all the way down. Here goes the hopper minecart. Bring that down. Just diligently goes through every single row. And this is why it needs so much. so many nether wart. This is actually a good, really good dry run. Because there's no water. Okay. Wasn't that fun. So it's gonna go flying off the edge there, or not. This is where the unloading station for any remaining nether wart would be. So somehow there's still nether wart in this cart, and there will be once the whole thing fills up. Right? We might start with only a first section, and then that'll fill up, and then it'll eventually all fill up. And then these things will only be able to take like one nether wart out of them. So then it'll unload any extras, and here we go. It should just go all the way back and pop up into the loading chamber again. And by the time it gets back here, there should just be a ton of nether wart sitting up here. So I think we're getting pretty close. I need a few more components, signs, and everything else. But I'm running short on time. So I want to thank everyone that came out, everyone that followed. I really appreciate that. It really helps the channel. If you haven't followed, but you enjoyed the content and you think you might want to see some more of it, go ahead, hit that follow button. It really helps me out. Build the channel here, and so I can share this with as many people as possible. So thanks again for tuning in. I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much.